Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's session where we are discussing how do you become an effective leader without losing your authenticity. And we have lots and lots of things that we are going to share with you. We are going to teach you. This session is actually a repeat session due to public demand. Several people say they learned a lot or they came in late, they were not able to interact as much, and so that is why we have this live session again. So let me know in the chat, where are you joining us from? I know I have gone a little bit earlier. Yeah, we are 9 minutes early, but I just decided why not go live and be able to interact with you. Let me know in the chat. You can see me, you can hear me, and also let me know where are you joining us from. I'll be happy to know that. And let me check, also test the technology and make sure everything is running okay. Let me share my screen so that I can also confirm from where you are. You can see the presentation. Yeah, there we go. And do a quick roll call wherever you are. Let me know in the chat where you're joining us from. I'll be happy to give you a big shout out. So whenever you comment, whenever you drop a comment, I'll be able to see it. And the first one to check in is Ferdinand, all the way in Coast, Kenya. Karibu sana. Douglas in LA. I want to assume that is Los Angeles or where? Or Langata. I don't know. You tell me. Zipporah joining us in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you very much for following and coming in. Oh, now the names are coming. They are coming. Daniel Mutama in Mombasa. Salama. Munira all the way in Coast in Kenya. Karibu sana. Abdi, you're joining us. Gersen, Tana River County. Asante sana. Okay, now they are coming. There are so many. There are so many. I'll try to get to all of them as quick as possible, and also remembering that we have also enough time to be able to do the presentation. Peter in Kisumu, karibu sana. Angela Kiserian, karibu sana. Helen in Nairobi, welcome. Felix joining us all the way in is it Agasa Kiai? Is that a place? I'm not so sure. You can tell me. Mercy in Nairobi, Ruaka. Karibu sana. I go to church in Ruaka. Do you know a place called Mamlaka Hill Chapel in Ruaka? Yeah, that is where I go to church. If you're around that place, karibu sana. I can invite you. Benson, Nairobi, Kenya. Karibu sana. I really appreciate you being there. Felix in Nairobi. Oh, this is Winfred. Sorry, it means that you're able to see me, you're able to hear me clearly, and I think I just need to adjust this a little bit. Where is it? Just a minute. Yeah, so that I don't disappear the day. What is your expectation this evening? We'll be starting officially in the next 7 minutes. This time is just to welcome you and also just to test the technology, as we say. And I also want to know in the chat, yeah, what is your expectation? What are you looking forward to learn this evening? I'll also be happy to know about that. Tony in Kilimani, karibu sana. I'll try to go through all the names. If I don't get to your name, please forgive me, but I want to appreciate each and every person. And I can only know you're there by dropping something in the chat. And by the way, also share the conversation. If you're on LinkedIn, you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, we are on all those platforms. Share them around. Christine in Nairobi. Emmanuel in Vihiga, karibu sana. Joseph, all the way in Kilimani. Oh, that is Kimani in Nairobi, not Kilimani. Sorry about that. Trupena, Nairobi, Kenya, karibu sana. Natalina, you are in South Sudan. Oh, good to know we are going beyond the borders. Natalina, welcome very much. Moses in Kisumu, karibu sana. And I'm seeing most people here just on LinkedIn. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, also let me know you're there on YouTube. Yeah, Assumpta Mlolongo, karibu sana. That is on my way home. Yeah, I pass there sometimes. Jacinta in Kasarani, karibu sana. I can see Timothy all the way in Mombasa. Cosmas in Elgeyo Marakwet. Lawrence joining us in Mombasa. Hey, Mombasa is represented, and the coast in general. Yeah, I think I've seen Mombasa coast several times. Yeah, Samson, you're joining us all the way in Meru, karibu sana. David, Guyana. That is Taima David, Guyana. Which country is that? I would want to know. Yeah, Karibu sana. Purity, Kasarani, Kenya, you're very much welcome. Derek in Utawala, Kenya, thank you very much. I can see John, that is in Nairobi, Kenya. I can see Kennedy, you are in Utawala. Karibu sana. Kevin Evans in Voi. There is David on Utawala. Okay, several Utawala. Thank you very much. This is going to be an eye-opening session, yeah? And we have decided that we will start teaching and talk about leadership, because we feel like, from what I've learned, yeah, and it is part of the presentation. This is John Maxwell. He said that everything rises and falls with leadership, and it is important that we have the right leadership, not only at a country level, which that's a different thing. Political leadership, that's totally different, but at your own place of work, in your role, as whatever role you're having, how can you exemplify leadership as a manager, with or without a position? How can you be a great leader? That is our discussion. And how do you become an effective leader without losing your authenticity? Because that's the other thing. People feel like for you to be a great leader, for you to, once you have been appointed, you've been given a position, you have to change, you have to be, I don't know, they say it gets lonely as you go up, but I think that is by default how you interact with people. If you lose your authenticity, again, you might get lonely up there. But anyway, let me know, what is your expectation for today? Francis Jamai, all the way in Ruaka, Kiambu, karibu sana. I can see, oh, you're talking about South America, Guyana. Good to know. We are going over the borders, and it is great. It is great. Great to have you, all of you. I can see we have about 3 more minutes before we get started. And let me check here. Okay, let me check the comments. Interesting. I'm only seeing people from LinkedIn or YouTube. If you're there on YouTube, can you say hi? Yeah, I want to confirm that we are also streaming live on YouTube. If you're there on Facebook, on our Facebook page, also feel free to drop and say hi right there. It will be great. Yeah, I can see we have some people on YouTube, some people on Facebook, but mostly I can see more comments. Good. Yeah, there we go. We have Monica all the way in Zambia. Karibu sana. I really appreciate that. You're saying hi. Yeah, that means we are streaming. If you're on Facebook, say something on Facebook. I want to confirm that also we are streaming live on Facebook. You can get us. This is LinkedIn. Eric joining us from Thika. Karibu sana. If you're on Facebook, just drop and say something on Facebook. We have 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. We like keeping time. So what I would say in the coming 1 hour, please put all the distractions away. Yeah, put everything away that will derail you from paying full attention of this conversation. Get a notebook, get a pen, write. Pull yourself, don't be distracted with your phone or anything. Just tell people, I am in class, I want to learn, I want to tell you, I'll keep time. At the end of the hour, by 8:30 p.m. or in the next 1 hour, we will be through, or even probably earlier. So if you give me your full attention, you'll be able to learn more, and you will also be able to get. So this is the last round. Let me call out those who are joining us, and then I can see we have a minute to go. Eric joining us in Thika, karibu sana. Gabriel all the way in Kahawa West, I really appreciate you. Catherine joining us in Kajiado, Kenya, that is great, karibu sana. There's Risa Justin in Malindi, Kenya, thank you. Jacqueline Danu in Tena, welcome. And according to my watch, I think it is a few seconds, so let us officially put the countdown. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's session where we will be discussing how do you become an effective leader without losing your authenticity. And to start us off, this is what I want to say, that I am guessing for a lot of you, this is probably not your first training to ever attend. The first thing I want to mention is that if you have failed to have lasting impact in the past, it is not your fault. There is a lot of information out there, and that information overload is what might be leading you not to be successful. And all you need is just the right person to be able to explain it to you, and that is what we are here for, to help you unlock your leadership success. I want to show you how to make that happen during this training session. So the first question I want to know, are you ready? If you're ready, drop in the chat and say, yes, I'm ready. Are you ready? Drop in the chat, say, yes, I'm ready. I also want to caution or just give you a heads up. This is going to be a very interactive session. It's not just me doing the presentation. I'll be checking up on you. I'll be wanting you to have your thumb ready to type in. If you're on the phone, computer, just type in. Right now, I want to know if you are ready. Say, yes, I'm ready in the chat, and I will be checking this out. Oh, Ricky Edison, welcome. Are you ready? Steven saying, yes, you're in Duru. Welcome. I know there might be some delay. This is someone joining us. It's your Kimau. Are you ready? Drop that in the chat if you are ready. Oh, yes, they come here. Yes, I'm ready. That is Salama. Karibu. That is great. Joseph said they are ready. Zipporah, I can see you are ready. And many more, they are coming. They are coming. Probably a delay. But yes, go. There we go. You're ready. Thank you very much. I might not go through everything. So if you're ready, I don't want to spend too much time there. As I start, I want to start with this poem. It's interesting poem. I found it somewhere online, and I just also want to ask you, excuse my language or excuse the poem's language. Yeah. It says, in the beginning, there was a plan, and then came the assumption, and the assumption were without form, and the plan was completely without substance, and darkness was upon the face of the workers, and they spoke among themselves, saying, it is a crock of shit, it stinketh. And the workers went up to the supervisors and said, it is a pail of dung, and none will abide by its order. The supervisors went unto the managers and said, it is a container of excrement, and it is very strong, such that none may abide by it. And the managers went up to the directors and said, it is a vessel of fertilizer, and none might abide by its strength. And the directors spoke amongst themselves, saying one to another, it contains that which aids plant growth, and it's very strong. The directors went up to the vice president and said unto them, it promotes growth, and it is very powerful. The vice president went unto the president and said to him, this new plan will actively promote the growth and efficiency of the company, and these areas in particular. The president looked upon the plan and saw that it was good, and the plan became policy. And that is how shiitake happens. Now, this is quite interesting, and excuse the language, but I want just to ask you, when you look at this kind of conversation, what really pops out for you? I think there's some communication breakdown. There's also difference in terms of perception of what the leaders see to be good and what the workers feel to be good. And both sides might be correct, but they are not effectively communicated. And this is what I think I read in a book, one of my mentors called Michael Bangenstein, talking about it's the drama triangle in the office. And having that at the back of your head can set up the pace maybe for this conversation. Where do you see yourself in that kind of drama? I want you to consider this. Second thing I want you to consider, these are some findings that came out from a study which they found out 84% of workers say poorly trained managers create unnecessary stress. Are you a manager? Are you among the managers who are bringing unnecessary stress into the workplace just because you're poorly trained? 57% of these workers say that they have quitted their job before because of a bad boss. Not because of the organization, not because of the type of work they're doing, but because of a bad boss. And of those who have stayed, a third of them are seriously considering leaving. 50% of employees feel their own performance would improve if their boss received the right kind of manager training. So are you a manager and you the one who actually makes other people not perform well? And 30% of managers are toxic, actively undermining the efficacy, dignity, and ultimately self-worth of employees. Are you a leader? Are you among these percentages here? Or are you a worker and you're experiencing that? So that is what I want us to use to set the stage for our conversation this evening. I was trying to target two people for them to get most value. If you fall one of this group, you're going to get a lot of value from this session. Number one, an individual, a professional who wants to up their leadership skills. Are you a manager, a senior leader, or an executive and you want to up your leadership skills? You're in the right place. Or someone with or without a position and you consider yourself a leader. If that is you, then you're going to get a lot of value from today's session. And that is what I want us to get into. So if you're there and probably this is your first time seeing me, or I just happen to pop up onto your screen, you're on LinkedIn, you're on Facebook, or you're on YouTube, let me just introduce myself. My name is Daniel Mutuku. I'm the founder of Career Point Solutions and Leaders on Point. Over the last 12 years, I've been blessed to have experience in recruitment, careers, as a career and also leadership coach. I'm a certified digital marketer, and among other groups, I'm a very proud member of LYP, also known as the League of Young Professionals. I'm an author to several books. My first book was How to Easily Use Facebook for Profit. The second book I published was Blueprint for Success, Guaranteed Steps to Achieving Anything. I also published this book. They're out there for free. You can be able to get them if you search for them. Conquer the Year Ahead, Make the Next 12 Months Your Best Year Ever, and the Ultimate Cover Letter Guide, 101 Sample Cover Letters for all professions. As we start off, I have two questions that I really want to ask you, and I want you to really consider this question and actually put the answer in the chat for us to really engage. The first question I want to ask you is, will you let me be your coach for the next 40 minutes or so? Are you giving me permission to be your coach? If so, drop in the chat and say yes. Drop in the chat and say yes. And the second question I also want to ask, will you allow me to tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear? If so, say yes in the chat. And if you're saying yes to both questions, I want you even to type, say yes, yes, times 2, or yes, times 2, or something of that sort, right? I'll be here for you. I can see Marcy saying, yes, I'm ready, thank you. And are you giving me permission to be your coach, to be tell you the truth? I can see someone, yes. Can you tell me more about you? Okay, good. I think I've just introduced that. I can see, where is it? Yes, I can see Joseph also saying yes. I can see Salama saying yes. Stephen saying yes. Oh, good, good, good. Yes. And actually, this is for you to give me permission to be able to coach you, to tell you the hard truth. Yeah. So drop that in the chat. I can see Gabriel, you're going with yes, yes. You're saying yes to both questions. Same to Timothy. Thank you very much. I can see also, is this Pirisat? Hopefully I pronounced it correctly. Moses, thank you very much. Oh, and many more coming in. Thank you. So keep on dropping them in the chat. Let me continue and say this, yeah? John C. Maxwell, one of my mentors, says that everything rises and falls on leadership. And I truly believe this to the core. Because for an organization to stand, it's all about leadership. And if it fails, it's about the leadership. Same to a country. For a country to flourish, it's about the kind of leaders who are in place. For a country to fall down, the same. Even to the level of community and family. When there's a family breakdown, it's about the leadership that has failed. Yeah. And the other thing that actually he goes on and say is that knowing how to lead is only half the battle. Understanding leadership and actually leading are two different things. And this is what I see mainly in an organization setup or a company setup, whereby people have gone to certain courses, people have been promoted, people have been shown how to lead, they have the knowledge of leading, which is just half the battle, but then they find doing the leadership itself, the actual leading, are two different things. And that is what we are trying to solve. We are trying to bridge the gap here with this kind of training. Whether you are a leader of a family, a leader of a team, a leader in your class, in a big corporation, in a country, the basic that you need to know is that leadership means inspiring others to achieve certain outcomes. If you are unable to inspire people to come together to achieve a common goal, probably what you have is just a title. And a leader without followers, then he's just a person who has a title. And so it's good for us to really think about, if you consider yourself a leader, how do you inspire others to get there? I also want you to think about this. As a leader, you have to choose to focus on engagement or merely output. I want to ask you, what do you think is more important? Is it engagement or is it output? I remember last week when I had the same presentation where we were talking, and even someone followed up after the presentation and asked me, which one do you think is more important? And I want to know from you. Just drop it. I might come to the comments later and we can have this discussion further. As a leader, what do you think is more important? Is it engagement or barely output? It is your choice as a leader to decide what you want to go for. Now, the other thing I also want to talk about leadership is that it is often equal in parts. Number one, being high in confidence and high in self-esteem. And this is what mainly is projected. We see a leader who is very confident, who have a very high self concept and self-esteem, and they seem to know what they're doing and they have everything figured out. But what you don't see behind the scene is that even the greatest leaders, they still worry if they're doing it right, while they are continually searching for the answers. So if you're there as a leader, and probably this has been your case, whereby you feel like, I don't know how to do things, and I've seen others who have everything figured out. All leaders they have this in equal part. There's the high in confidence, and also there's that worry. And sometimes they feel as if they are actually, it's an imposter syndrome. I can see some of the comments coming in. Michael think what is more important is the output. Zipporah talks about engagement. I can see Salama, you're also talking about engagement. Quite good. I can see Cecilia, you're talking about engagement. Keep them coming, keep them coming. And we can have this discussion going on. But then, how do you balance the two? The high confidence and also searching for the right answer. According to Gallup, this is a leadership firm, and they have found out for you to be able to improve your leadership, you should begin to focus on areas that you are already good at. Rather than focusing on areas that you're really struggling, think about what are your strengths, what are the things that really make you stand out, then start focusing on your things that you're good at. You will have a higher chance of getting better at those, rather than starting with what you're very not good at. On another whole set conversation, when I'm trying to coach some of my clients, we discuss about knowing your strengths and weaknesses. And sometimes, or most of the time, it's easy for you to strengthen your strengths than actually trying to strengthen your weaknesses. You can outsource some of them, you can delegate, but it's always good to start by strengthening your strengths. So what makes good leaders? So this conversation, I'll look at two parts of it: what makes a good leader, and also what are some of the pitfalls of leadership. A research was done by Clifford, and I think the same organization that talks about Gallup, and this is what they found out: what followers need from their leaders. And I really like this kind of conversation, because it is not what you will see in the headlines day in, day out. Number one, if you're a leader and you really want to be good at it, note that your followers, they want to trust you. Building trust is the foundation for leadership. Honesty, clarity, and behavioral predictability all makes up trust. Leaders must adopt the trait of trustworthiness and prioritize it as one of their most important skills, because without it, people won't feel as confident to follow. For example, as a leader, share your concerns and struggles as a leader. By modeling this, your followers will be more willing to trust you with their own struggles and with their own concerns. Remember, we said as a leader, you're balancing between that high confidence and self-esteem and how people really perceive you, and also at the back of your mind, you're also struggling, trying to figure out some things. It's okay to share your struggles and your concerns. They can feel like you are an individual like them. The other thing is compassion, bringing positive energy and a willingness to listen. Being compassionate means caring about your followers holistically, while seeing them as more than just their ability to perform. Compassionate leaders should be willing to share their own struggles and accept the same honesty from others. For example, just react calmly and empathetically when followers are dealing with difficult situations in their work or life. Yeah, from family burdens to workplace burnout, modeling compassion can help them succeed. How do you react when someone is struggling, maybe with a situation at work or sometimes even at home? Modeling compassion is very important. I think there's a story that I had recently of a program. There was a program. Let me just pull this in a little bit, yeah, to share this story. There was this program whereby young graduates were being trained and then being placed in different organizations for a kind of an internship. Then there was this manager who was able to get one of the participants in the program come in to work in a store. It was like a supermarket of sort. And the manager noticed that this intern was always coming in late. And he had a choice to just assume that this is how young men of these days are. These are the millennials or the X-gen, whichever generation. They don't take work seriously. But he was a bit compassionate. He was a bit curious and asked this young man, why is it that you come in late? Practicing compassion. And the young man actually opened up and said, I recently lost my mother, and my father works night shift. So I am the person who have to go and drop my siblings to school, then come back to work. And the manager asked, if we changed your shift timing to come a little bit later, would that work for you? He said, yes. And when they changed the working time for him, he came in a little bit later and left a little bit later than the others. He ended up being the best employee of the month. And after the 3 months, instead of just leaving them and go, they were actually hired. And that is just an example of how you can actually show compassion, and you will be surprised how you can be able to bring the best out of other people. Now, moving on, the other thing is stability. And trust, ensure people can count on you. As a leader, ensure people can actually count on you. Providing stability looks like creating space where people feel psychologically safe, like they can depend on you to answer their questions, hear their ideas, and address their concerns. Communication is key for this trait. Stability puts emphasis on the current moment, keeping people grounded in the here and now, knowing they can count on you. Try to be as consistent. As an example, try to be as consistent as you can when responding to those who follow you. Seek to answer the questions your followers have. This will help provide stability they crave. And the fourth thing, what makes a really good leader, is hope. Encourage people to believe in a better future. While stability focuses on today, what we have just seen, hopefulness deals with the future. People need to see their leaders have a clear direction in mind. They want to have faith that their leaders are guiding them in the right direction. When leaders communicate hope, they can help followers feel more enthusiastic about the future. And for example, talk about the future as it is bright. Don't just think about how gloomy the future or how bad things are. Even when things are hard, you can acknowledge the difficulties while still communicating the best possible outcome to your followers. Don't be that gloomy person who never sees the light at the end of the tunnel. So I want to pause here for a minute and I want to give you a chance to really reflect on what I've just shared. Out of these four things, trust, compassion, stability, and hope, I want you to rate yourself 1 to 5, yeah? And then, okay, instead of dropping, just put them in the chat, yeah? I want you to tell me, out of these four, which one do you score the highest? If you rate yourself, trust 1 to 5. 1 meaning people don't trust you, or you're very low on trust, and 5, people really trust you. Compassion, 1 to 5. Let me know which one scores the highest. Is it trust, compassion, stability, and hope? For you, do your own self-assessment and then drop in the chat which one scores the highest, right? I'll be happy to see what you put in the chat. And this is also a space for you to do even more reflection thereafter, not only for this session only, in the different interactions that you have. Remember, as a leader in your organization, in your community, in your nation, in your family, how do you perceive? How do people perceive you? Let me know that in the chat. Which one, how do you rate yourself? Which one do you score highest? I can see Zipporah goes with trust. Yeah, that is good. Cecilia also goes with trust. I can see Salama also goes with trust. Okay, good to know that people are rating more on trust. Yeah. And how would you score yourself? If you put trust, how do you score yourself? Is it a 1? Is it a 3? Is it a 5? That I think would be more helpful. Yeah. I can see Moses, you're saying for compassion, you're rating yourself at a 5, which is quite good. Okay, good to know that. I can see Beatrice also, you are rating yourself there at trust high. Is it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Maybe put a number next to it. That would be beautiful. Vincent, also you're rating yourself more on trust. Mercy, compassion at 4. That is great. I can see now where they're coming so many. Oh, Mary, trust. Evans, trust at 5. I can see trust and compassion. That is Joseph. I can see Collins also, you're saying trust at number 4. Mary, oh, it's a 5. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Philomen, 7. Compassion. You go even before above the rate. Okay, that is good. But anyway, it's good to know. It's good to know. Someone at least on YouTube, I can. D Omondi, thank you. I can see also here both for trust and hope. That is good. That is good. Okay, keep on dropping. Hey, there's a 5 here. Joseph Kimani, compassion 5, trust 5. So we need to work more on stability and hope. Yeah, I haven't seen that showing up, but at least I've seen Omar here talking about hope for him. Good stuff. Now, moving on, let me try and talk through the idea of what are the big pitfalls I've seen for leadership. So if those are the things that are making a good leader, what about pitfalls? I think the first one is, I would say, misusing their position, using their position of power rather than using that position for coaching. Coaching is such a great leadership skill that you can use to really drive a lot of results and actually push yourself further. I call that, there's a framework of leadership I call lead, and that falls under drivers. What are some of the drivers of good leadership? Is using coaching. But most people will use the leadership position more for power. Yeah. The other pitfall, and there's a thin line between being looking over or monitoring and micromanaging. Micromanaging employees rather than helping them develop. There's that statement, leading by walking around, and it's an old age kind of leadership style. Actually, it worked during the industrial age, whereby you had to walk around to see people doing work for you to really see and say work is being done. But in this workplace, micromanaging is one of the biggest pitfalls. And as we said, 57% of employees want to leave because of their bad bosses. And one of the characteristics that actually shows up over and over is a micromanager. And this is even bigger, not providing effective performance feedback and training. And I want to say this: if you are in a position of influence whereby you can actually advocate for your followers, for your team to be able, or team members to be able to get training. I've seen in many organizations whereby training is more reserved for leaders, and leaders go for more and more trainings and forgetting the people they are leading. If you can be able to provide performance feedback and identify areas that they can be able to be trained on to improve, then that will be a good thing, and you will be scoring high on stability, on hope, trust, and compassion, just as we have said. Is that okay? Hopefully we are doing well. And for you to really have this all together, it falls under what I say, lifelong learning. For you to be able to avoid such kind of pitfalls, it's to commit yourself to lifelong learning. It is a superpower that will elevate you to higher heights. I want you to decide to constantly always learn. I have my mantra, which is about no graduation day. I don't graduate, I keep on learning every day. That is what I want for you. Allow me to introduce you to one of the courses that we have created, called How to Be an Effective Leader Without Losing Your Authenticity. What we have just covered here in this short period of time is just the tip of the iceberg, just to get to show you how much there is for you to learn. Yeah. And we have a course, and you can get it absolutely free. I'll share with you how you can get started with it. How to become an effective leader without losing your authenticity. Discover the secret to unlocking your leadership potential and staying true to yourself. Now, we have a membership that will allow you to access this course and even more. Let me start with this. This is the first course that we have uploaded, and it's ready for you. If you decide to take this course today, if you decide to join the membership, some of the outcomes that you'll get once you join this course is, number one, you'll be able to understand the importance of effective leadership in achieving organization goals. Because remember, we are saying leadership is inspiring people to a common outcome. And if you can be able to be an effective leader and help your organization achieve its goals, it is very important. Number two, you will be able to recognize the role of authenticity in building trust and credibility as a leader. Remember, we talked, trust is a very big thing, and trust and credibility go actually hand in hand. And one way to really improve on that is by being authentic. Have you heard of the statement that people change when they get into leadership? You don't necessarily need to change. You just need to be authentic to yourself and build more trust and credibility. You will also be able to learn, apply some strategies for conflict management and resolution in your leadership role. I did a research and actually did a survey, and I asked some of you, probably you're in this live webinar today, where I asked, what are some of the things that you would want to know for you to become an effective leader. And one of the things that really came out was conflict. Not necessarily there's conflict management. There are two sides to it. There is dealing with a conflict which has already happened, like how do I deal with a stubborn maybe colleague or a teammate or someone who I lead. But there's also the flip side of it, people trying to avoid conflict from the word go. So people would have concerns like, how do I give feedback without making the other person taking it personally? So you see, yeah, it's about feedback, but they are worried that the feedback will create conflict. How do I tell someone that how do I deal with someone who is performing below their expectation? Again, they're trying to avoid that conflict. So we put that in. Also, there's the bit of enhancing self-awareness and emotional intelligence for effective leadership. Emotional intelligence is one of the biggest indicator of how effective a leader can be. And just to preempt, next week on Thursday at time like this, I'll be having a guest speaker who will be coming to give us even more information about emotional intelligence. So lock it in. Check out my channels. That is on my YouTube channel, Daniel Mutuku, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, Career Point Solutions. We'll have a guest speaker so to talk even more, but you'll have some of this information. Now, but the other thing, you will learn how to foster positive team dynamics and collaboration. These are great things that you're going to get out of this course. The other thing I also want to mention is that sorry, I'm trying to get my presentation. Yeah, you learn how to navigate challenging situation while maintaining your authenticity. You learn how to evaluate different leadership styles and their impact. By the way, this was a big one, yeah, because there are different leadership styles, yeah, and unfortunately, people seem to prefer certain leadership styles over the other. But from our perspective of this course, you'll be able to see all the different leadership styles and then see which one do you fall into and what can you borrow from the others. Because remember, we said the best way for you to develop is from starting from your strengths, identifying which leadership style do you tend to align with, and then pick and choose from others that you can be able to add value from. And finally, at the end of the course, you'll be able to develop an action plan for your own personal growth as an authentic leader. So this is applicable in all phases of your life. In your workplace, this course is very important. It will help you. If you're a leader in the community, the same principles apply. And even if you're just a leader at the family level, as the head of the family, as a parent, these kind of leadership skills are very important. So it's applicable in your workplace, in your community, and also at the family level. For you to be able to access these courses, this course and more, I want to invite you to what we call Leaders on Point Lab membership. If today you decide to join the Leaders on Point membership, or what we call lab membership, you'll be able to get access to so many of the programs that we have. Actually, allow me to just change this and share the portal itself, yeah, where so I need to share my screen. Yes, so if you go to our website, we have the website Leaders on Point. This is where we master leadership, and on this platform you can go and say you want to be a member, and some of the courses or the programs that are already there. There's this one I'm talking about, effective leadership. And then we have the course on emotional intelligence, which we will be launching next week as we have our guest speaker. These other courses are still, we have the material ready, but we will be launching them as we go. The next one in September, this course will be ready. Conflict management, we'll have one for feedback and coaching, diversity and inclusion. There's leadership coaching for members. So you'll also be able to get all this coaching. And there's so many other benefits of being coached. If you're coached as a leader, 40%, 14 times likely to surpass your goals. You're 75% more productive if you engage in a coach, 3 times more likely to have an excellent quality of life. It goes beyond just your work, and also 6 times as likely to do what they are best at every day. So in your line of work, what you're really good at, you have 6 times chances of actually even exceeding that. So you can meet me. I'm the career coach there. These are some of the testimonials we'll see. You can have more resources. We have a podcast and all that. So you can actually go to our website, that is leadersonpoint.com, and you'll see what is actually out there for you as if you want to come in as a member, right? Hopefully I haven't lost you. How do you access the certificate? Now, once you go through the course, you will get a soft copy certificate immediately you finish, but it takes about a week or so to be able to process the physical copy of your certificate. So you can get a physical certificate for that. So yeah, so that was about some of the courses that you will be able to get. More to the courses, this is what is more important. As a member of Leaders on Point, you get more presentation and keynote presentations. Like tomorrow, next week, we will have a guest speaker talking about personal emotional intelligence. You also get an opportunity to network with other people, professionals, like-minded professionals, entrepreneurs, and aspiring leaders. You also get to access some interactive workshops that we will be having, which will be coming every month, different workshops. You also get to access case studies and success stories. Probably you will be a success story 2 months, 3 months down the line. You get personalized coaching. I think I talked about coaching. Yeah, I am a leadership coach. I can coach you. We also have other coaches that we will be bringing on board. You get access to resources, exclusive offers on different platforms and courses and all that. So that is all you get when you join Leaders on Point membership. And as we say, it is continuous learning. It is not something that you do and you finish. And that is what we want you to be a member, to be able to access this coaching, to be able to access these courses, for you to be able to access this the workshops, the keynote presentation, and all that. So the question I want to ask, are you ready to be part of the lab? Are you ready to join the Leaders on Point lab? Already I can see some questions here. I love this. It is so enlightening. Thank you very much, Beatrice. Collins, I think I answered your question. How do you access? You can access the soft copy and the physical copy you can collect from our offices. What are the charges? Mercy, thank you very much for the question. I am about to answer that in a short while. But the question is, are you ready to join the lab? If you're ready, say, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Ready to join. Ready to join. Yeah. But then if you have also any questions so far on what I've shared, feel free to drop that in the chat. I'll be answering all the questions in a short while. So I want to see people who are ready. Are you ready to join the Leaders on Point lab to see the experiments? And that's why we're talking about case studies and success stories. What has worked? If you're ready, drop in the chat and say, yes, I'm ready to join the lab. Good. I can see Mercy, you're saying yes. You're hopefully that means you're ready. Yeah, on point, right? Beatrice, you're also saying yes, you're ready to join. I'm happy to hear that. Who else is here? You know, there's usually a delay, and then all of a sudden they start coming in. So I'll just wait. Yeah. But as I wait, let me say this. Let me talk about the charges. We had two options when I was trying to decide how much then should it cost. The first option that I had was to go as cheap as possible, and that means I'll get as many people as possible. And that looked like, oh, this is a good option. Yeah. The second option that we had was slightly ask for a higher investment from you, and this will mean we will dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. So what do you think out of the two options we decided to go for? So we decided to go for the second option, where we'll slightly ask for a higher investment, but this will mean we dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success as a leader. So this is what you're going to get before I give you the price. Number one, the leadership program. Each program, the value is about 100,000 for each. Not the cost, the value. You will also get these monthly workshops. The first one taking place next week. The value in the course of the whole year might be about 100,000. You will get coaching. Personally, I charge about 10,000 per coaching session, especially when it comes to leadership coaching. Value of networking. It's not very easy, but I know there's a networking forum that I go every month. It costs me about 5,000 for every session. So maybe in a year, I would summarize and say the value is about 60,000 in terms of networking. Accountability. You get people to hold you accountable. You get accountability buddies. The value, invaluable. I can't put a price tag on it. You also join a book club where we'll be meeting regularly, picking a book. You'll get access to so many leadership books, get people to come in and share. I belong to Leaders on, I talked about League of Young Professionals. We pay about 3,000 membership for the book club. That's how I got the value. You become part of the community. And again, that is invaluable. The kind of value you get from the community. We are actually on WhatsApp. You can be able to ask questions. People will contribute. You can be able to get so many diversity. So out of all this is what you get. And the cost is going to be 36,000 per year. This is a one-time payment for the whole year. You get the leadership program, the workshop, the coaching, networking, accountability, book club, and all that. But before you leave, there is a special offer for you guys. I have a special offer for you, and there's absolute no excuse for you not to take action, because there's a money back guarantee. If you join, you don't get exactly what I've said you'll get. Within 30 days, ask, you get your money back. But there's a special offer that I have for what I call founding members. Me and you, we are starting this. I am getting members to join, and it will only cost you 99,999. And once you pay that, you will get all this, the leadership coaching programs, workshop, and all that. And you also get 5 months free. You know how you're getting the 5 months free? Between now and December, because we are still putting up the courses, you get this access for free, and the 10,000 that you're paying is your membership for the year 2024. So you're paying now, you get the 5 months free, and then you start counting in January. I also want to caution that this price will go up as we get towards January. As we continue by next week, if we have another conversation, when we do that, we launch the next course, the price will go up. But eventually, let me just say, eventually, where is it? Eventually, the cost of this program will be 36,000 per year. By the time we reach January or December 31st, this will be the cost. But for now, as a founding member, you get to pay this now. You get the next 5 months free and the whole year. And to give it to you, even right now, we already have this course, free access. If you're a member, by next week, we'll have 2 courses, free access, that is leadership, and the one for emotional intelligence. So for now, if you pay right now, free access to this course. I learned this from my research, that it takes about 24 hours. If you don't take action on something that you have learned, like today, in the next 24 hours, chances of you taking action thereafter goes to 0. So I want to challenge you between now, it's 8:14 right now, and tomorrow, a time like this. What action would you have taken based on what I have shared today? Action would be aligning your leadership skills, probably even joining the membership. That would be a good place to start. But at least I want to encourage you to do something before the next 24 hours are over. Drop any questions. If you want to get in touch with me, my email is daniel@leadersonpoint.co.ke. You can also get more information. No, not .co.ke. Daniel@leadersonpoint.com. Get more information on our website, www.leadersonpoint.com. Is that okay? And also, I want to mention this. I have seen people coming and say, oh, great to see. Many people are saying they're interested, they are ready. Mercy is saying, yes, interested. Beatrice, yes, I'm ready. I think I've seen Joseph also saying, ready to join the membership, the club, the lab. I can see Christina Ching, you're saying also you're ready. Collins, you're also ready. I can see good start there. Thank you very much, Engineer Edwin. So I want to say this. If you see this as an opportunity, or your organization actually supports such things, and you see it is possible for you to take it to your organization and they sponsor you. They can pay for you to be a member, or they can pay for at least a course. Instead of buying the courses, we saw it is very expensive. If every time we produce a course you pay about 50,000, 100,000, why not access all these courses on an ongoing basis? So let me know. You can drop me again an email. My email is daniel@leadersonpoint.co.com, daniel@leadersonpoint.com, so that I can be able, you can connect me to the decision maker, and then they can help you get sponsored. The company pays for you, and even if we can get more leaders, maybe a team, to join the membership and get access to all these courses at an organization level, that would be great. Feel free to drop me an email. Now, I'm really looking for some questions. I can see we have about 15 minutes to go. I still want to answer your question, but I also want to maybe give you some insights on something. So we still have some training to go. Yeah, if you feel free to drop in the chat if you have any question in the comments below. The best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. That is from Warren Buffett. And here I'm giving you an opportunity to invest in yourself. Signing up to be a member in this leadership program is investing in yourself. And why is it the best investment? It is said, for every shilling you invest in yourself, for every dollar you invest in yourself, you will get about 3,000 shillings, so $3,000 return over time. That is that is, I think, over 3,000% return on investment. And you will never get that anywhere else. In real estate, in stock market, that kind of return on investment is only when you invest in yourself. I learned this rule from Brian Tracy. It's called the 10-10 rule. We have been brought up in a society where we take 10% of our income and we tithe it. We use it to help other people. I want to put it to you. Why not take again another 10% of your income and tithe it to yourself? Use it to fund your own personal development. This is an opportunity for you to fund your own personal development. Take that action right now. If you're in a position right now, go to buy goods and services. The till number is 715732. Make the payment of 9,999 and join and become the founding member of Leaders on Point. And the good news, the other good news is, if you pay this will be your membership fee forever. Even next year, when the price goes back to 36,000, that is less than $1 a day, this will be your pricing. As long as you're a member, this will be your membership price. You get all the leadership coaching, you get all the leadership programs, the workshops, networking, accountability, be part of the community, be part of the book club for only 9,999. Go right now, Lipa, buy goods and services, M-Pesa. The till number is 715732. By the way, and if you make the payment right now, let me know in the chat you have made payment. I'll be able to get in touch with you tomorrow morning. We set up your account, you start accessing all these courses. Any question so far? Let me check. Okay, I can't see any question. Oh, that is the last thing. Engineer, are you ready to join the membership? Leaders on Point, get all these bonuses. Yeah, this will be great. Now, these are some of the feedback I get. These are coaching clients I've had. You can see here George Nyakundi, a chief financial analyst, saying Daniel is one of the most effective and innovative executive coaches I have worked with. Thanks to his guidance, I was able to push my limits and discover my true potential as a senior leader. Aisha Ahmed, a marketing specialist, says Daniel and his methodologies have helped me tremendously during my career. He's been an excellent resource on my journey towards becoming an effective leader. I recommend Daniel to anyone looking to accelerate their career and leadership skills. So if you're there, you want to be friends, I want you to take action right now. Join, become a founding member, get the next 5 months for free. Your membership starts in January, and we lock this price for you. Rather, as people will be getting in at 36,000. You get the leadership programs, the workshop, coaching, networking opportunities, accountability, book club, the community right now. If you have been able to make the payment, please let me know in the chat. Say, yes, I've paid. Or if you have any question, let me know in the chat. I'm here to answer them. Is that okay? This is Jim Rohn. Again, one of my mentors said, do not evaluate something based on how much it costs. Evaluate something based on how much it is worth. If you're thinking this program is very expensive, you're thinking about the cost. But how much is it worth in terms of taking you to the next level in terms of your career? That is the worth. Yeah. I know you guys have big goals and big goals for yourself. I want to challenge you and tell you, let the size of your goal be equal to the size of an investment that you invest in yourself. Because we have found that is the place where you have the greatest return on investment, when you invest in yourself. And this is your opportunity. Let me see if there's anyone who has paid. If you have paid, just let me know in the chat, yeah? Or you can still drop me an email. For only 99,999, you become part of the founding members. That will become your price forever as long as you're a member. You access the leadership programs, which keep on increasing every month, every time. We have monthly workshops and guest speakers. We have coaching. If you need coaching, we can organize for coaching sessions. You have networking opportunities. By the way, in December, we are going to have one of the greatest leadership conferences. One of the conferences here in Nairobi, you get an opportunity to come as a founding member. You'll have, of course, discounted rate to join the conference and networking. You can also get an accountability buddy to keep you accountable. Join a book club. Be part of this community of aspiring leaders, of entrepreneurs, of people with the same mindset who will propel you forward. For only 99,999, you can pay right now. Go to buy goods and services. Till number is 715732, and for the next 5 months you still have it for free, and your membership starts in January of 2024. And remember, by the next time we're having this session, maybe next week, as we have our guest speaker, the price will go slightly up. It will keep on going up. Never know. So I want you to take action. As I finish up, this is the last thing I want to say. You will never be ready, 100% ready, when an opportunity arises. So what do? Just do it. Probably right now you're feeling as if you're not ready. Oh, I wish I did this last week. So not the best time. Let me know right now. We can make arrangements, but I want you to take action right away and say, let's do this. Your greatest fear carries your greatest growth. And how do I know that? Whenever you feel the fear, it's because you're about to do something that is outside your comfort zone. And when you're doing something outside your comfort zone, your brain tells you, oh, you're about to die. You sense the fear, but you know you will never grow in your comfort zone. This is how it looks. In your comfort zone, you're feeling safe, low risk, low reward. Then you get an opportunity like this that really pushes you to the fear zone, where now you are a little bit low on self-esteem. Am I sure? You start looking for excuses. Should I? I don't have the money. Things are hard. You start wondering, being affected by other people's opinions. But then you have an opportunity to either pull back to your comfort zone or push to your learning zone. You'll be able to face new challenges, solve problems, acquire new skills, extend your comfort zone. And only then will you push it to finding your purpose, living your dreams, setting new goals and conquering them. I'm giving you the last opportunity to join as a founding member for only 9,999. Get the next 5 months for free as your membership kicks off in January 2024. I think that has been my time. I know I had asked as we started, will you let me be your coach? Have I done a good job coaching you? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. Would you want me to tell you the truth? I've just told you the truth, the hard truth. What you need to do is to continue growing. Have I done a good job doing that? Let me know in the chat, right? And if you have any question, let me pick it up. Which one is which? The cost of the program is 9,999. Yeah, was it somewhere? Can I get it? Yes, it is membership. So the price currently is 9,999, and the membership, this is a founding members offer. But by the time we come in January, when we have all the courses ready, when we have all the workshops curated and still ongoing, the cost will be 36,000 per year, about 3,000 per month. Yeah. But on this cost, this is per year. You get the next 5 months for free. The membership starts off, in your case, in January, and that will lock in that price for you. Edwin, hopefully I've answered your question, right? So just go buy goods and services. The till number is 715732 and get started right away. I think that is it for me. So I want to say welcome to the lab. I think that has been my time. We have 4 more minutes before we clock in an hour. So I want to know in the chat, what has been your greatest lesson? What have you learned? What would you say is your greatest takeaway? What is something that you can say, oh, I had a light bulb moment right there? And if you have any question, also feel free to drop it. I'll be reading them as we proceed, and I can call it a day. Otherwise, it has been a great session. Thank you, each one of you, for taking your time to join me. And I hope you really consider joining the lab and getting the value. It is time that we are starting off. I can tell you we are still building up the courses. We already have the material, but we will be releasing it one at a time. Again, we don't want you to be overwhelmed. You know, sometimes you log in, you already have the 5-10 courses. You're like, where do I start? But right now, the good thing is when you join, we go step by step. So I'll be happy to do that. So let me know what has been your greatest takeaway. Edwin, I think I've answered that. Collins, are you still there? What would you say is your greatest takeaway? We have 3 more minutes before we call it a day. Yeah, Christine, you're ready. Let me know what has been your greatest takeaway. I'll be happy to confirm or answer any of your questions. Oh, I think I have seen someone asking, what is my email address again? Write this down somewhere. Daniel@leadersonpoint.com. Drop me an email right there. And then better still, if you drop me an email, if you can put in your phone number there, I can easily call you and we can be able to converse, right? Thank you for that question. Any other question? Let me keep on checking here. Oh, Joseph. Oh, Joseph saying it's ready. Beatrice, you're ready. By the way, what has been your greatest takeaway, Beatrice? Mercy, you're the one who asked about the charges. Hopefully, I've been able to answer that. Would you want to join us? When would you want us to get started? I'll be happy to answer that. And I think that has been my time. I'm really excited. I'm happy to have people on board. I'll be happy to discuss if you might need a payment plan. No worries about that. But the key thing is for you to get started. The key thing is for you to get this value. It's only when you invest in yourself that you are able to really grow. We want to take you to the next level. And as a career coach, as I've worked, I've seen one of the easiest way to propel your career is getting the right leadership skills. Yeah. And remember, as you go up, more responsibilities that needs you to have more capacity. And as an effective leader, one of the things that you need to adopt is that lifelong learning kind of mentality, because it's a superpower that many people don't know. I would want to ask you, as an example, if you have a surgery, you have to go to see a doctor, they have to perform a surgery, and you told this person has 15 or 20 or 30 years experience as a surgeon. So you're confident about them being having a lot of experience. But then they have only been, the last time they were in class was that 15 years. That's 20 years ago. The last time they graduated. They're still using the old method of doing things. Will you be comfortable them operating on you? Probably not. You want someone who has continually been learning the new development in medicine and all that. Why not treat ourselves and our careers the same way? Hopefully you have been able to get value. I can see it's top of the hour. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And until next week, as we host our guest, on Wednesday, discussing about emotional intelligence. I'm out. Thank you. Thank you.